Mom, dear, your father and I will be happy to invite your little girlfriend to the masquerade party, but really now the whole family. I mean, just who are the Munsters?
Mother, they are simply her aunt and uncle. And if they're anything like Marilyn, I'm sure they're lovely, charming people.
All right. But I do so hope the society columns won't misspell the Munster's name on the guest list. I'd hate to have my friends read that we'd entertained a couple of monsters.
Oh, Dad, thanks very much for putting in a word with Mom. If we invite Marilyn's folks, well, it'll really help me out with her. You know how it is.
Son, I haven't known how it is for years.
If the dailies are anything like their handwriting, they must fall over backwards a lot.
This party will give us a chance to look over the boys' parents. We wouldn't want Marilyn marrying into the wrong sort of family. I've never heard of these dailies, and after all, we Munsters are a very old family.
You're right, dear. It's not as if someone just dug us up yesterday.
They didn't invite me? Why, I've never been so insulted since the day I died. And besides, as Marilyn's grandfather, I should be there.
But, Grandpa, we don't even know Mr. and Mrs. Daly. We can't just take you along.
If I don't get to go, I'll use my magic powers. I'll turn myself into chopped liver and show up in the hors d'oeuvres.
Now, Grandpa, will you calm down?
I won't. If I don't get to go, I'll sit here and hold my breath till the color comes back in my cheeks.
You're being a big spoiled baby.
Well, I suppose I could ask the Dailies to invite him. It's better than having him come as chopped liver.
Thank you.
Of course, Mrs. Munster. Mr. Daly and I will be happy to have dear Grandpapa. Not at all, Mrs. Munster. You're quite welcome. Albert, I'm afraid those Munsters are frightful pushers. Mrs. Munster just wheedled an invitation for some old Grandpapa they've got kicking around the house.
You couldn't put her off?
How could I? She gave me the sob story. Said when someone's been living with you for hundreds of years, he's just like one of the family. Now, what on earth could she have meant by that?
You must have misunderstood her, dear.
The way things are going, the only worst thing that could happen would be if it rained on the night of our party.
Boy, look at the neat lightning. I sure hope it hits our house.
Eddie, how do you like me as Priscilla?
Corny. Why don't you dress up as a lady gorilla or something pretty like that?
I don't think even that would help me.
Say, if you're going to a masquerade party, who am I going to have for a babysitter?
Mrs. Morton, the mother of one of my girlfriends. She's a very nice lady who just loves little boys.
Yeah. Hey, Dad!
Uncle Herman, you make a simply wonderful King Arthur.
Daddy, are you in there?
Hello, Dad.
What's Aunt Lily coming as?
She hasn't let me see her costume. She's being coy. Lily?
Guess who?
Who?
Little Bo Peep.
Lily! You scared me out of a century's growth.
How do I look?
Positively awful.
Thank you.
It's amazing what they can do with makeup.
Eddie, don't forget to give Spotty his supper and then go on up to bed. Oh, and don't forget to wash behind your points.
Oh, if I have to. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Eddie.
Good night, Eddie.
Might as well start without them.
No, I don't feel so hungry right now. I think I'll grab something later in the laboratory.
Grandpa, you know you're not supposed to smoke before breakfast.
Morning, Aunt Lily.
Good morning, dear.
I'm late. I gotta run. I'll grab a cup of coffee at the school cafeteria.
Very well, dear. Try not to get home before dark.
Bye, dear.
Oh, dear, everything's ice cold.
Morning, Mom.
Morning, Eddie.
Morning, dear.
Good morning, dear.
Isn't Marilyn coming down to breakfast?
Oh, she's already left.
Oh. Well, that's just as well. I wanted to speak to you about her anyway.
Oh, you mean about her problem with boys?
Yes. You know, Lily, I think it's partially our fault.
What do you mean?
Well, maybe we should try and be more friendly with people. You must admit that ever since we moved into this house, we've hardly had anything to do with the neighbors. They must think we're terrible snobs. If we don't make an effort to be a little bit more friendly with the people in this community, we're never going to attract any young men to this house.
Well, for Marilyn's sake, I'll try.
Good. That's the spirit. Mm. 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 It just came over me. You've never looked more lovely.
Strange. I was just thinking how particularly handsome you looked this morning.
Isn't anybody gonna say how lovely I look?
I think there's someone at the front door.
Well, whoever it is, try and be a little bit more friendly.
Of course.
Oh, if you're looking for me, I'll be out back watering the weeds.
Yes?
A package, sign here, please.
Thank you.
Well, hello there. I'm Mr. Bloom, your postman. Mind if I ask you a question?
Not at all.
Do you believe in love at first sight?